Yo abusia nanso so da foforo ye wo bibi eka ana ye wo bibi edwen ho mi bisa wasam ketewa bi adenti na ye a mo ye adwuma ye ma mu leave ye ma mu leave 1 month ye se konako rest. It depends on your position and fast wo ben na wo leave ho before obroni de ne system beba no a ye be start say ye ko leave no na obibini eden na owo a na oye na obibini enim bibi about leave ho ana na fe mi bisa mo amone nkrofo ye adwuma mo leave ana obi wo hwa ye de leave ma no kora oton leave particularly eso emphasis wo eden nti ena obroni hyeche system no na odi leave de kan ho ena me won komo ni wudio ba bia wo ewo wiase afa na nyina mi bisa wo adenti na omo ma leave mo amwo abroche ni de muti ye there is vacation omo vacation allowances mpo omo de omo programming vacation no ka omo life unti every year no utumi ne wo mba no etu kwan in fact sa woni wukunu jae ana wo yiri jae aware e wo abrochire na so omo hwe na wo mfa wo mba no kra nko vacation ni sa niam na eno kra tumi edit yawo enti mi bisa se adenti ne ye wo leave ebi mu ko leave ebi mu ko se ebi mu ye sei na Africa for ye ko leave ye ko vacation ana say ye ka vacation na enti ase ewo mu yes edenti na se so nipa mpotu kwan ehu hia so nipa etu kwan ana so se ehu hia before obroni de ne system beba or de ne borders beba no na bi before na ye move freely na ye nye restricted na ye ko ba bia ye pe se sie de ye restricted because of borders now omusisi ma ye no adwen bi wo omutirim ana so say is just asase ena na omu acheche enne me pese ye kan nsem bi ahuhia me twe wadwen na agina so o me twe wadwen na de abaso African consciousness no amanfo bi tackle no emre bebre. So if we want to talk about consciousness and I say memory and I say liberation, it goes beyond religion. There are so many things, so many systems, so many setups. And way omu make sure say yes system numu ye be enjoy so ye hu ye ho so and I ye hu ye ho ano. And then we are going to talk about something big. I am a tighty and nkrofo say wo abrochire no wan back to Ghana untumi nya wo consciousness hu adwuma. And then we are going to delve deeper into these things near ahwe say what to kwan want to kwan da akwantu okura ekire sen adenti na hu pepesi bebrebe ye wo abofra de ne ba asase so sesia ye be ye ne hu pepesi ye be ma ne date of birth certificate ye betumi aye passport ama ne sesia ye Ghana card e de ma no saa nso wo tu kwan a what did those documents no and now they befa all the ports now person wo fa kono all the gates all the ticketing any de akeka ka ho na adentia ye jeli obi ne ye de ni ko prison a ono nso so documentation e wo ho obi nso wu ne ye de ne koto morgue ho no mo a eno nso so ehu documentation si bebrebe saa niama we pa e kire sen ejina ho maden ye nananom na obi wu ya na omo asie no me pekramofo no asem so much when it comes to these things no omo asie no afi de na omo de be share fridge na sesie de omo de pane abanto ne o de wall no ipa na oda hotin ye pese yehu se saa niama ni nyina eyeden. And then we are going to discuss GRIDKEEPER'S portal. GRIDKEEPER'S portal. Sa episode we ami anka baby a kai se mutua misika dollars bebrebe ansa na maye. But me here because you love me and I love you. So GRIDKEEPER'S portal me ye ba be ye be hwe visa prisoners. Ye be hwe no one. Visa prisoners. Afa ye wi ani aba be hwe biological awakening. Ye be hwe no so na afa ye wi aba hwe gridlock. Eniama ndem me pese me no e discuss ni emu odu. Ye me measure no me try my best. Said their platform no be ye okay. Ne yetumi e reveal niama bebrebe e de a kirew na ba bia wo bi asa wo ye bibini no wo said ya wo be ye wo ho because when we speak about awakening na ekwa ye te say ye nkomo tra bia ye di awakening nananom nyina de omo ho age awakening ni mu awakening ye ka ho asam de ye no is it going to liberate us say ye pese ye liberate ye ho these are things and systems and setups say ye hwe abusuya Let me begin with a question that has lived inside me for years. I say meet na me koma so. Na o pese wo kan ya na edin because we di agro na platform ni tiate. Ni ti na ebete no emfa me ho because enye hwe ma me actually but e ma me no kasa esom mebo. Enu ntia. Have you ever wondered why traveling feels like Judgment Day? Utu kwanya na ye te se ewiase awie ye na eba abibifu akwantu okura de areho. Ye de ne de ya restricting you so much. Upa call American embassy, call embassy bi a omo ye interview. In fact call UK for embassy na wo minim so omo so omo change baby e wo no. Omo mpo de omo ye biometrics omo nko interview. America for no aye na wo twam a wo se omo satellite tin omo nyina file show omo motuom. Bibisa adenti na ya akoye te say yakwantu aye te say Judgment Day aba eye question me pacha obetumi abo ayi anu ama me amani beje. I remember whenever I travel out of Ghana, we go through tight scrutiny and endless security checks at the airport. What to kwan da bia uni hwe mame nka bibi nkyere wo ebibifo wa hu ye mpe nokore ba yenya ye betumi anunu ye ho ne yasere obi amboye but ye beka ba bia ye wo no because o ye obi a wutu kwan pa wo hwe planes a free Dubai eko Miami planes free Dubai eko UK planes free Dubai eko Singapore de eko Cincinnati de eko Colombia wo hwe planes na esi ho a na wo hu say plane nie na wo hwe de wutene mu free Ghana so to aso kwa wo hwe plane free UK eko Mexico the echo Antigua, we share all those planes no now inside. Ube dream bebre, we here no see in China. All the boarding gates, airport via ubeko from Japan to Korea, Singapore. We share on now airport UK, America. We share airport ni na Australia, baby. We share airport ni na. She baby Africans on boarding gate in aya ewo. Sadie we se wunyo obi a we spiritually endowed we very intelligent asema mi ke unhu da ba metia wo na so ende so wo to kwan fi Africa ko do UK America Dubai na wo to aso free wo akwa plane na wo free Dubai e de ko China no aya hwe se de etie na boarding gate ni nyina so eya mo hwe boarding gate bia ba bi Africa for ko bia there is a staircase you have to go downstairs make me twa wadwe agina so. So what to kwan ba ko pe amembe ye dede wa ha pacho ye ka asema kire nkofo mo tu kwan bebrebe asema making na make no age wo ye well endowed me bisa sa adentia de bia me tu kwan a me bisa se wo do UK airport na se wo go through immigration a hwa abrofo no line no se wo ye connect na wo ni abrofo no tie join line like maybe wo fa UK air come Mexico and Antigua ho na no connect se bi a wo fa Heathrow a you have to go and connect ewo Gatwick tio inti na ba ne sa na wo du a wo join Africa for line no wo be join abrofo no line na almost so air connect no na hwe the way a check up no e contentem airport bi a wo be do even from Ghana ha. So we be do Ghana na se mo kwa hwabrofo no line no the way run faster. So omo jeje Africa airport baby ya passport African passport no look at niama scrutiny a wo be kom asa na omo wa mama watwam bibisa sa adentia me nkon globe no mako akọ shops anything na African air no eya na nhwehwanimu wom ye nka no korenti ye be fa ne sa ko ka ne bebre omo be ka sa wo ye racist. Inti me nka ne bebre but me bisa mo questions adenti na tesa wo be yi shoes se wo go through this port na wo be yi shoes bags open bodies scanned. I always ask myself, is there something more to all these processes than just keeping bad people out? Me bisa mo airport ho na wo nam na wo kọ no obi se nda de wa wontu kwan da asem ntumi nka bi wo betumi aka bi airport na wo kono ye be scan your body wo be yi shoes like look at the things wo be come your bags will go through a whole lot and maybe sano is there something more to this than the yehu and now they just want to catch thieves maybe samo adanu maybe say obi na me ni obi nam one big airport be e ho efe na me ne nam na maybe sane say enti onimdi enti a mirrors baby a wo be nante no akoni na walkway no mirrors wo ho na ya hyedwa no wa ha na oni Yenim niyama bebere. Mibisa. Eniyama bebere bena ye komwa sa security eniyama ni gate ne dia keka ka ho no. Ye just to keep akromfo ana bibi di echire. Because these places are called ports. Airport. Ene di nanim. Nti airport. Metwe wadwere gina so. These places, no, they call them airports. Airport is a doorway. Are we aware of this? When they say airport simply means a port. A port simply means a doorway. I say, airport is a doorway. And every doorway is a portal. So when you see airport, it simply means a port or a doorway. I'm outside mystery way and Namakacho say every doorway is a portal. When you are born from the womb, you pass through a portal. From one dimension into another. Enti wunya ya wo wa ubedu hape mframane fa won say kwe na fe ya pa atade bi ne ya de ahyew ne ya pa identity ama ne ya pa tribe bi de ama wo ho pa che wutie mi yie. The day you will understand this, ubehu ni ama wo ye bi yie papa. Somebody will ask say, hey, enti CS and so your portal and something is opened, a doorway. What for bibi mu apie tie ni ye. Into what free dimension be more about. When we say CS, I don't think say no the portal. The fact that the door was open for you to pass through, no, and no you be amount. The womb is the first airport of the soul. The soul be at here. You move from a world of silence and light till the womb is a riase. Na se riase no e ho no mo na din ene kanea etie. Enti no at the moment I will free womb ni mo e ba wiase we no what transited from a wiase e hoye din ene kanea into a world of form and sound. I don't want anybody to get confused about these two because it may come more. Me say then the womb is the first airport of the soul. You move from a world of silence and light into a world of form and sound. Pacho men you're confused. Almost say Onyankopon or the kasa and the bo wiase. Enti or say let there be light. The sound kasa no. Mpacha oti ase e na odibo e wiase. Na oka se weyimbra ene baye no se na asase ne ni yesakasaka na oka se enye form like asase ani nda ho esumumbra nti wahu. This is where the form and the sound comes together. What am I say? And na yefunu ni mu nsoso ewiase a eye no e na machira no silence and light. Enu ye sa wiase no e na heya ye wei enu nsoso ye form and sound. That is why we have matter here. Matter ewo ahanom sei. E na menu mienu nsoso yetimi ekasa. We nyina ewo Bible mu. Enti Bible ka say let there be light and there was light. What you said the sound brought the form. Pachoti ase dia wudi we ni behu. Inti ne me pese yati ase ewa ha say don't let me explain this tire. That is form and sound. So I ask myself again, when I travel from Ghana to Ethiopia or from Accra to London or from Miami to Singapore, am I only crossing geographically or I am porting through dimensions of existence? What be some who's our question with that? Sese wutu kwan free America eko Cincinnati mi bisa se eya wo ko keke ana se wo ko geographically ana so se wo transcend ana wo transit every one dimension ako another dimension of existence. We na a question na mi bisa wo bo amena mente ase. Something deeper is happening beneath the security checks, the ticket booths, the visa offices, and the border patrols. There is something more than akromfo a omukipi. So we obi a wo ti ade ase pa na meka no. Wo pe Africa pa year. So wo ko embassy a wo be hwe omo mutiti ade na chi nyina ni ase. They are all psychics. Ye de wa he ne ye de we nkokọ. Ye tete nkokoti nyama kankan. Wo ko sankrofo we nyina wo pa o ya maka ne dey. Ade nti na ye omo hwe wani ase. omo ye wo interviewer so wani ni ho na waso ni ho a ombeka cho se ma wig ni nko wachi who passport picture ye twa yakata ya so da ombema wo yi waso wig na ko wachi na waso ada ho we bisa ho die enti pa cho wo me chiro bibi keke. When we talk spirituality, it is beyond uniwukunu asem. Pa cho adentia ediene na patrol for no mo hwewe na passport ne de immigration for no mo ani abre na nkrama nyina ninamu ibisa mo so mo se ye nyina ye wiase ye nipa koro ye sum nipa nyankopon baako. We are one people, different colors. Why all this? Africans particularly, the restrictions with us from traveling is so terrible. Me bisa, me makachira mo, me say, who you will bags, e wo Cote d'Ivoire ha, even Togo ha, aha. Who you will bags, Benin, hey, what they are police information la course. Who you near ma fahwa, difficult than who go through American immigration. Me bisa sa adan na ha, ye niema ye so restricted sa, me bisa sa adan tia. Ani o, we no too deep for me to me komu bebrebe a maso a shinti me kato se na me no obekasa ba me mejama no. It feels as though the world has turned traveling into a punishment for some and an open field for others. Yama kwantuo na ye easy a me binom. And ebinom so de aye so serious of a thing for them. Pauchewo. Eya wo ye Ghana ni a wo de wontu kwan kra aya ko airport. Na koshe how many whites are almost rushing into this country every day. Na hwe planes a edi akoneaba e wo krom ha. Na bisa won se nti abrofo yi bebrebe wo be abade wo krom ha. Men kasa metan omu, me twwadwene gine bibi so. They come in and out. They be no more koba. Omo bakra meaning they give them visas. I'm aware of that. But what we go through when we are going there, almost the same thing omo go through when they are coming here and pacho. Where your question and me be so. Omo no omo ko embassy wo hoko interview ko je visa na udu ha na ya stamp him. Who say Dubai udu ha visa upon arrival. Some of these countries in bebre sanity. Maybe sasa ye hana brofo no eba ye ne say write it in the comment section because me measure man no ani o easy for bi mo to roam ntina me bi sa kwantu ehu hia. Why the restrictions for Africans? Pacho me bisa you have to lie into go straight forward a problem for you. The native move freely with national IDs. The rest of us the be before ipetuntum ko daki. The dark travelers face intense checks, endless documentation, and suspicions. Obibini ni bisasa why? Where amike obi bejina onom no waka say na wona wo ye we nti na me ye business traveler o. Nti me kasa me business traveler what ase. I sit a business classes. First class, business class, all my life. Ehwa na mete. Me wonim so say business class there. Baby at lunch a wo betena kra enye ho no bi atena. Na yen so no ye ko first. Nti men badwen kan tra me say bia me nka se obi for other places na enye papa. Mo de mutumi deduce ni ama. But the point I'm trying to make is that asem na me ka no me nka ye because men yen treat me well na me na manko yie. Wa hu mi say me tu kwan a so who me box amikita we pull boxes e we airport ma bro focus I like your box inti men dream say bia manko ni yie inti na mahu ni yie ba me say me twu kwadwen agina bibi so bibi samo ni ama omo check na se sie kura sofo kura ni abosomfo ma yehu sekere say akonto no kura no che say ye japade a wantu bia na omo bo mpa onye consulate o so waje passport akogu bush me say me mom de me ye ni papa o MPB pa na se me ewuroli wa apaso. You see, 25 years ago, sa MP we. E kwan pa ode me fa so. Papa bi me papa police ni bi o se de bia wo de. Wo ba police station a, unya asem mba hada de bia obi na ayo obi. Ade a me dealing with it. Obi abon mpa mam to kill trust in my system. I trust people so easily. Me feel say sa na nka growth ba. Wo de ade ma obi ana ade ma obi, wo de woni we but de biara nipa tantan kora no be ye wade e ya. Inti no mo yesa mo blocking mo chances. Because dia wo ye ma obi no ebi anka nipa papa na fe na obo na nipa bone na kose e hodada. Sa kwentu asem. Me say MPB. Say me say me pese me trend ya me woni ama betumi dia trend. Imagine say me di MP na social media say me dan ne ka. Me. Apart from nipa ya make us 25 years e kwan ode me fa aso ni ho aba asem. Me say me wo ye ma dia 1 million years. Me nka hwe. By universe na nkasa dia wo bedua no na wo betwa. Inti imagine say nka me pe trend sa. Kana asem aba o trendy brutal. Na kama tam evidences ni na hwe platform am we. Na kama de abebo so. Ba minim nyansa. Se woni obi enya asem na wo pe justice na wo pe se ogu nipa na ni ase afa nipa no kokot ye wo mra wo kronim. Obi a oni obi nya asem a so abeto social media ye obi o tan ne na ni bere no na o pe se o se no. No kure wom no maka kire no. Because oni obi wa asem na sa asem na nimu da ho. Anti na me wo pe se wo ni nya asem a ma nimu da ho. Me do be kokot. Ye wo mra wo kronim. Se wo di ba na dwo so aba be hia me se me se ho ma me te ho ma me se aye tintin chen dia wunim. I always tell you people say me I'm not a toothless bulldog. Can crofo we eliminate him dadada. Abusia dia me bi sane say niam ye kom e wo airport. Scrutiny wo bag wa yase no mo the way we dru omeyi wo kopa nyina afiri wo nan. Me bi say eya eye den. Sesi e de omo aya ma sesi e no se mo ahu. Baby am beko bia na mo de musu ban akoye kan asem am nte ase mo ma life nye easy ma mo amoho se UK mo am wo mba na mo atoton ama nkrofo no se wahu law mo de aba wunnim maka ma me ka ni twi na mo ntie se wunnim na se ayi home office fo ne frew se omo se bra wo ba ni nti na omo frewa pacho wo kwa hwehwe lawyer na ne nko enye sa na wo ko na bofra na wode ni ma ye said ni papa ni asumesi 1 year akola ni ye less than 1 year papa wo betro ni din wo paper no so no eno na mbra ni recognizing ni so ye papa e ma no no mo de wi omopa we mi kan bebira maso be hye nti me say is the home office for frew na se wo do wo ba no ton ni ma obi a na wo gi sika wo ton ni say enye se wo ton abofra na ye de ni ko de e ton ni say obewo owo a no de wama obi akosign ni so no ne na wo na waje mi sika enya akola ne papa ebi kura ne omukunu mu nete ho na omo yes our business no mama fancy encha na omo buafu you want to liberate your people, you love them so much but wo kan okura kire omo bu befu sesi a enti wo kan asem na age so pampa omo wo kan okura kire so do nsa fefa ne to ho na nani twan so ansa wa kan asem so kotu asem ne da be ne yebedu e yodonko a o won se sesi omo se yebedu baby se woni English papa untumi ba UK edie ben pa na ekoso ni sa restrictions bebrebe o papa ese o so obi enko ni kurom mahu de ekoso wo ho me bisa mo say denti na omo restricting yen but they are always coming here ye de yen restrict omo e question na me bisa we hu twa visa forms a omo ton bebrebe na omo refuse omo nyina sika no so mini ba bi ekoso omo de bre yen dia I don't know. And I began to see it differently. Sen nyamani nyina akoso abrochire ko ene airport and America no. So wuni me a wuni. We shia me baby a wu se me kasa poda. I am a very quiet person. Na enso me ti wo nyina no. Na me hwe niyamem. Just anyame ya the way o masose no me who be different and today I want to reveal it to you. Maybe there is a spiritual reason why certain people are stopped from moving easily across the earth, especially blacks. And this is even beyond the earth by some particular race. Yen chesa asasino kwa mo pese ye de nansi so. Na me bisa se why? This is my hypothesis. Media. E kan samachiro. That something bigger is at stake when Bibini is allowed to move across the surface of the planet to experience nature. Bisa why? Me see me who be more than that. Enti wo a wetu kwan na your opportunity for you and also say a case for you. It's a question. Cause yeah, spiritual people ni bi ka kire onkrofo no say one ba Ghana de a wontumi nya spiritual wo awakening be ka akire baabi aga tampo omo atitim e clean mu kama na omo de akonwa asisi ho ensuo ni ho nwia omo twitwa na omo de ni nyina say go river bank ho no mo obi enko wie enko soja. The other day ya me di me birthday obi agere no ho atoball la chance fe if you America abre me the ball la chance na akosi enimo no obi ewia ball la chance no ko. Such wickedness. The ball la chance nipa who the ball la chance e dey to play mu fi America abo obi no do me o wata beche obi ewia me se sa ade na we wia me kwa hwe nkrofo no mo bodua ni bi me nim dua bo. What are these prisons and gatekeepers tactics? So restricted a bibifo. So me ka say bibifo a obibini a spirit born in somebody enye kala. Nti hwani ye nipa tuntum bebre tete abrochire. Ebi te ho freely, ebi te ho no ma they go through a whole lot of torturing. Ube check no you owo bibini. Me ka it's a spirit born in somebody. Africa is a spirit born in people. Because don't forget, say the goons also came to create their blacks. Into when you black race, we are limited. But when you say African and I say Akabulan and also say Obibinia, you are calling a particular spirit that is born in somebody. And no, you bet me I no so dakro. Into you Obibini bia no you Bibini. Ebi mo ha no ma ye create so mumbe iti app. Into my SR episode no is still on our platform. Timi bisa say these gatekeepers no. E dey no munim about ade and me beken. Enti ya Africa fo nko etu kwan a eye very difficult sa. Abusua. Ma krankra bi akwaba at the bad time with Maame Grace Jumedie so. I am always your prettiest preacher. Call me the Grand Phoenix. And make sure you subscribe and share this video. Eye very important. No say me kan sa anchero. And then me say share this video. Na subscribing so. Na ma for in fact, hate like no so. Na hate love no so. So yes me kan kire mu tie na de maka. And then we are going to have a deep conversation. If the spirit of African is born in you, what I'm going to say today is either you screw your boat well or better so well. Yen hwe de be fi nden komo no mu aba. Me man krankra bi akwa aba at the bad time with Maame Grace Jumedie kese so. Yo abusia me man krankra bi achi man krankra bi akwa aba na yekosia da wonim so nua ba ma betena ha na ma bensam me ne wo bedi nkomo me ne wo betwetwe enkomo na nkomo no ehu ehia yie nti me besa ankrankra biara efa de pen ni paper no fe nsu si ne hu no ti asem ni no ti ni ye me chia ankrankra ti abrochire nyina ba bi a woti bia ye say ye eagle na esi ye coat of arms ni mu no kire say every Ghanaian lives everywhere minim no kra ewom. But baby anywa obekwa hu Ghana ni wo ho. That is how powerful we are as people. Na me chechi obi a baby a wo bia wo the coldest weather mu a me chia wo the hottest weather mu a me chia baby a wo bia wo ti the sound of my voice. I send you love and greetings. I send you light. Baby a wo bia no me de enchia ne kanea na me de bro baby a wo bia. Today we are discussing GRIDKEEPER'S portal. And a mama will break down no, your lay foundation. So we are now about to sit or put the building on the foundation. Now, you lay. Now, I've asked so many questions about traveling. Africans are restricted automatically or totally from accessing oceans. They are restricted from accessing the space. Sebi I wouldn't say they are accessing ocean and space, and you can come and talk to us about it. Now, they are also restricted from moving on the earth. Maybe say why? And I'm drawing your attentions to this. And I pray 20 years from now, we will have a complete etheric leadership that will look into these things if we want freedom. It's not about law. Last week I told you, the law governs the country, but it is frequency that manages it. So until we get etheric leadership that will look into frequency, we will do so many things we cannot manage. We basic hospital 2 years. You be inaugurating buses. You be inaugurating ambulances. We will do so many things that will look nice, but the end you won't even see it until we get etheric leadership that will understand that it is frequency that manages things. Medical stages are and then you become no maka topic I treat. So let's look at visa prisoners. Yendi can share no. You see, when you travel with a visitor's visa, visa no difference, and you refuse to return and get stuck, you feel like you have beaten the system, right? Some crofo wo kwan bebre omo fa so enu ti na wo di 1 month aba no na wo bre. A lot of these celebrities kura ma visa je na ye din cause nka wo ye celebrity a wo je visa easy. I'm not speaking for myself, nti men worry because me dey baby am pebem to me ko na ebinum kwaje a omo mba na omo akoka enti wo ye celebrity na ukwaje visa anka eye part of you eye se wo be ye influential kakra bi a anka eye free for you to travel all over, but there ebinum koye enti ese ebinum kwan na ya aka se ye hu abrotire kura se ye achievement menka so bi to ho anyo ma obi anyema no nsi bone because wo ye onipa wo sunsun pa wo mu a you will know odo amewo ede ma me nkrofo be din so obi mpo na ho hiehie mu no me mesere no enimimu, but se woko na woko visitors visa no na woko wo se wo school na woko na wo se wo yese na woko duru ho no na wa mba biom a eye wo se wo metumi beauty system. Is that not how you think? Write it in the comment section. So wo the school na call ye, wo the visitors na call ye, e na wa mba biom a ahyase no sen na wo dwen ye na sesi ensu sen na wo dwen. Write it in the comment section. Without documents, tell me how you feel. Maybe I want na wo krom for Ghana for nimpo. How say no mu treat you say we need document patcho kan kro. Omo hu say. Na so okofo obi paper sa wo de ye adwuma aya it say. We your question. But what if that in itself is a trap for your kind of energy? Ye won krofo ni bi wo ha. Ha me wasama nka binya meka but ye nti ase wo achi. Ye won krofo ni bi wo ha ni paper wa yes 20 years ye fa ma no da. What finding out why it's happening like that? Omo bachelor the same place only omo akowachiro omo aye. Nko awo de ye nye ma woda. What finding out? Pacho who feel say we beauty system no wako. That's okay. You are there. But enu nko ampo no who feel say why a kind of trapped with your energy and a question no, there me can na a question. How many Ghanaians travel abroad to enjoy their natural landscape and experience their water bodies or even go camping in the mountains? Mummy endi nukre ye kwakwo ye adwuma. How many of us ena vacation pony system no ma set ama ye wo ho no yetimi access bi yetimi ye gi yesika na ye de yeden ye de besi dan wo Ghana ana ye hu saade no so mfaso ana ye ti ase ana ye hu emu sunsumu ensunsanso ne ye hu se ekuro we mu na mete mountain we wa ha ma me visit ekuro mu ha na mete wotumi hu se ekuro mu ha mountain wa ha me nkọ na me nkọ hye ekuro mu ha ensuo bi wa ha o mo visit wo uye sa na eye question na mi bi so ema obi bunfu. I wish I can explain this better. So platform na nkasa no ho kire no. We seem to be in a haste to travel and become stranded immigrants in foreign lands who will dedicate their entire life to Nkrata. I have told you, don't get bitter. I'm drawing your attention to something. So you will understand why they do what they do to us. And then you will think deep about this and think of what you can do before you baby any metro near maybe. Now what force no what me see a dear three sika man for 5 people or my discarded or my new papers now mom. Tell us about your experience. We are so wicked to ourselves. The obefo obi call ye no wako ye ungrateful to that person. The ono so agi obi sika obi di obi krata so aye adwuma wadi sika no wadi ye yankasa. What have we become? Tell us your experience. There seems to be a whole mega scheme to either keep us in a limited place abroad or at home. So omuye ni senya. Se wanka kurom ho o maame ewuwe ntumi amba. Sebe kafra facha me menkai wo ya me ka asama kire wo. O papa ewuwe ntumi amba. Wo yire ne wo mba 30 years, 20 years ntumi mba. Waka wo sanko yes anso a na ya restrict you because of documentation ti enye ba bia na wo betumi akọ. Waka fie. Enti na akwantu na wutu ye no. Emfaso be ne ba ho sebe say that is say ye ti ase de enti a ye tu kwan a eno ne ye behu say ye stuck kra ne ye nya aduane di a okay anaso say ye stuck aye ntimi mba so a okay ache se wote ase die nti onipa esese o movie around e wasase no so awcho abusia asema me can share your experience. Why? Share your experience with us. Oko ye na wuni nkrata no the way na u feel ntumi mma wanka fie a waka kuronu adentia pamocho we your question. Someone traveled to the US, Europe, etc. And for over 40 years, they have not moved anywhere else again. Because only paper. To won to me nko. Ukuro mkura won to me mba. Because oba won to me nko biu. Ghana ankasa particularly. Mohu. Nokura yenka yema. Yeyi nokura fi abrabom. Nti simple things are not simple. Ibi aware. Ebe form yiri akọ. Aye problem. Omuntumi mbefo omunko ebi omu yiri ni omukunu omuntumi nko ebi ma aka ha omuntumi mbefo omunko adenti na yen yasem eye so different adenti ya cause of one thing enkrata anti itimi ede important na ya yetu kwan yete ase de enti a eya yetu kwan ana eye question omuntumi movie a na wa ye depressed. I'm not bringing any pain to anybody. I'm just drawing your attention to something. It doesn't matter which country's visa is granted to Ko-Bibini and Akodaki. The moment he moves, he won't come back again. That particular thing, what is it? Adentina ye pe abrochire sa. Okọ abrochire foforo no. Adwen na wo. Mo amatena ho so ache no. Adwen a mo wo sesi ya no. Se obi wa ha sesi ana se one wo kasa den afutu na ade be ma no na Ghana mpanimfo omo bi se omo de entia obi yara person okwa abrochire okoso a omma nti visa je aye tawe a me binum bibi sasa ade entia he will overstay and start working towards his document eno de senitite sebe kafra fa cheme oda bola supo omma ekwan bi obefa so obetie ntia bi so adane ebinum nkoa wa ama omo ho na ye ton aware na ye yesen na ye yesen sesi ye say uja ukun aware wo yuka ye deport uja wo yira aware wo yuka ye deport because mo di aware ni ye document ni wi a na mo eja business ni na mo ehuto eto wate. But the porting system does not work the same for obroni ono de onye restricted obroni ba Ghana no ni working permit obey aduma maybe some say evidence wo alleged asama make meboa se meboa en ya denti na ye omukọchi China fo na omo ye galamsey no so omo document omo de ye se adwuma ne de a en ya denti na okọchi no mibisa wo ade na okọchi no omo de omo ba ha free me can be bisa me say no omo aba wo be hu ana omo ba ya no omo abie warehouse no popochwa wo kọ na be omo tumi di fie kura na omo de ye adwuma wo be hu ana akofa ne nua mo aba na ehwa omo abie omo barbering shop wo omo mo omo sika de circulate around them yen de ne ye so omo yina omo wo document omo de move freely se se ehwe nkrofo ye won anyi wankitikiti cho wo mo la wo ye no krom amemi nta na obi alo ebeduru ba bi no ye di toothpick kura gina kwan ho obi ento mi bisa se ade na omo move freely but obibini is restricted. Why? Mi bisa mo adentia they are small free and are sometimes paid to travel and jump into waterfalls. Omo de vacation ni de ye eka ho omo abrabon ekrom amo wa adwuma amo employ nkrofo dem plan am wo for vacation wo omo salary ni mo wo plan wo ma omo leave no kra mo obi no bi ebi kra ya abanya adwuma 20 years 10 years omo nko leave da omo park leave ni gu ho because onim asunsun san onim fasuo mpo a ewo so bibisa mo leave na e de ama no so onko no because on tiase enti no wa pile egu obeton no de akotonia mti ya yes stack wo bebi ayewo we want to be conscious oh there be emfa obeton leave no obo leave na no waton agiska because on tiase o onim de enti esese okọ vacation na adwuma na nkasa mo ye no pamucho o mo loans for vacation na tell us your we adwuma mpani na person ni betwetwe sa nkomo ya me questions bibra me bisa obibini ntini ama bebrebe ase obibini onti niama bebre ase eniama ye de bre ni na oto ono ne system no totwene ye no wante ase no wa practice ni ye ne so aba mfa so ama no ye bre o broni will come to Ghana and go to Akurasi doso obeko tachiman akọ waterfalls wo ho nyina na otwa video ye koya akọ tachiman ehe monkey den na abrofo te ho omo fi school ho eba ho bedi 6 months ye research obibini ba akokoro ani ho adenti no mu tu kwan eba ha saa no mo be nante ya ebi wo ahwe omo ho ni ade no mo be nante ha no mo ko bisa wo questions o me say obie ni wo betumi abilemi obroni so obroni na ase no eye wo na unyansa anya adwuma wo na wansua de na wanti universe na wotimu nase na wotena ho keke na woti se brofo ene ye fun kese ene ye de business ene wo ne nkrofo e ba ha no mo de taichi omo de aba ye omo shops na de bia cash control na e wo mo kan na ni ye adwuma a osi adwuma no tefu saa na agu onye adwuma na ikoso a na watoka akese they don't even think about expansion ya sema emobo ye pa kesesem awo Ghana ni ekrom a ye bibia free wa ha wo mpe ha wo so kwotena abrochire to be a thief in America or in Europe you have to be extra intelligent to be a thief by ekrom ha kan abrochire sa spiritual people yo mugu social media ya chi omu nyina aha de yetumi bibia ayepe wo mpe ha wo so utu kwan ekwanto ni so kra wo nte ase then you went and enter into all these portals so wo beto ho atwene so wo besanya ba eno ne ye kohwe they will come and climb mountains and do paragliding in Kwawu no mo ne mo na mo so omoso and ya papa ya ayi South Africa na ege ya oso oye eto doctors e squat one so okobokina trale sempacho ya busy ya de emfa tun asem ma ha Ghana fo hwem no mo age me kan se nya yi o me nya yi munim se emfa me ho na ayi hwan Tiger Man na Batman and Spider Man there he Superman na oh hwem ne age and then bre ya sa code ya ba obi achi code uyo obi a minim se doctors ni anu okrom ha omo betumi aka kire mo say this is what is going on yare we na ba hospital ni bebre mo ma yensusu associate ana yenko gatherings na nka ya limited no because when sickness be say ni checheche mu a wo fight ya na ye to say etumi kotena wo kidney mu kotena wo liver mu this is why we are going through a whole lot enti sa wo ho ye den a wo betumi afa bibia mu na mframa boni bia wo de amamo no mo ahome no wo ho beto wo wu but ebe say wo bi be wu later enti nka de ekoye obi anya code me myself I had one obi anya code na nka ma restricted gatherings bia afekra na ye shows ye all night walk ai dabai yasema emobo yasema emobo ukwa abrochire sa ani amako hu bi wo ho ko hu bi wo ho unnecessary precious from religion making visa porting look like a divine blessing to getting locked and fighting for documentation. I finally realized that the ability to move is a form of genetic awakening. Asori ndi omo egbe na Nyankopon se ma visa o me first ka beto for visa o no mu dimika so seed for visa o. Please pastors, you are not consulates. Are you? So why are you giving visa in the church? Stop taking people's passport for visa. You are not a consulate. Wanka sakura uni visa. Untu kwankura da. Also what you be passport. And to prevent that mass awakening and reduce any risk of our master souls refiring their DNA, the act of porting has been made to look like a do or die prison. Just when you have this and two kwankura there. Se sie no, ye nuanum ni bi e ka nokre. Sa abrochire nye easy. Tete no, na they won't tell you. Until now you feel so unkwa abrochire kura anye nipa. Se sie no, ebinum aye nipa papa omo ka nokre. E de kire yen. But tell us your experience, be honest. Ube fie to say 2 months, how do you feel? Uko back. So a say na u feeli, pa uchewo. If you need yes, I will body is a kebia or the baby, and in a bashing about cocoa, or be a current to banche back on to home out. As a usika son obeno ama ye betwe hu sika yina na wo ba indiscipline no any rough driving na e wa ha no ka de be mo adwane yakọ ebo a nka no kore stenkenye sa ka ba bi ni we de chen ha hello but and then make a secret be natural me revealing mystery be natural. I wish I can explain this better. Do or die prison ya me kan. But this platform, like I said, me measure man not, but me no be kasa deep and there. Traveling is among the soul traps. Tieniye mami. For those who carry the key genes to freeing the planet from the bloodthirsty parasite rulers. This is why we travel. Tieniye, this is why you will travel. This is what everybody should think about. I think the port is not only a place of transport. It is an energetic crossroad. So when you deeper, when you move through a port, you are shifting your frequency, passing through a field of codes that belongs to a territory. That's what you see. That is why ubefa gate mu, any ticketing, any stamping. If you don't believe me, check the movement of the sun and check the strength of the sun. Ewo baby but our ability a osho wo baby our frequency a osho wo baby ewie bo America and say ewie bo wo UK mrebi na nkrofo owu. If you don't believe me, you have to check this. You should be a very deep person to understand this episode. Every nation has an energy space, TMA, and every border sits on a vibrational line. So one thing we say akokoroso, ubeko ma. Hu na hu energy na hu frequency na hu baby akokoroso. Yet not play ni mumpo. Na say you drew baby no more can say we are entering into a turbulence, everybody should fasten the seat belt. Yentias you. If you listen play ni be shaky kaka ye can be natural. Because maybe crossing a particular vibrational line. Some races and some bloodlines hold keys that can reactivate those spaces. Maybe some will say, "Mon check baby or musti prison na." Baby I would is we check ye. Yehu mo bo the way we see spirituality. Yehu she. Odi aba bedru yale yeso ene waware yeso eja usunsum na atu mu na firi wo wonte asase na se ne hwene ne na so sabio kafra sasase ne ye nipa na se ukosi wudan wo ne to a de bi opupu obepupu watu ogu. This is wisdom. Some races ne some bloodlines bi they have the ability a omo di reactivate asase ne baby any keys we activated some spaces. What do we have as black people? Ye ton asase a ye ton baby ama obi ye wasase mi wo ho a abusuan mo ton a you people are finished. Where the America? There is a particular land I bought for my farm. Me ton land no ewie ye no. And I started say me investigate asase no. Na me investigate asase no. And I me be hu say nipa ba ko pe and na waka wo sa bloodline ni nyina so no ono no waton ama me teacher say I bought entire generation. Nti ho na me ka kire me maame say sa asase na e wo hodom no omo ntwa 1 acre no mo nsi dan single room say nsi so maame ada ameko bi ameko akoda nwura ni ameka sa kire me maame abusia menye nioma trasa akeke na monam we ade a wo be experience wa wo be but wo metumi agya bibi wa ha na so wontumi ngya hwehwe wo ubetimi agya bibi wa ha ana obekọ na udi na hye wenye sika ukurom wo ho nto asase wo ho ba bi a wo hwe aye wo woto ye wo hwe aye a wanante wo ho uni portion wo ho wo ye yeraba e wate asefo asase so ha another thing ma ka kire wo no races bi wo ho a omo de omo nam keke se de bibifo nam keke enya asase nyina na ye ton se wo ye obi a wakọ Zanzibar da how do you feel? Energy maybe this is why the system keeps them in constant inspection. It is not just racism. I believe it is genetic control. Because onipa no nim ni oye honestly. So wo sha brofu pa e den no mo They think no to me control, sir. It's because they understand the universal law. They understand everything spirituality. They are not selling tamie. Omatsnase after all these things. Baby omo to asase no. Omo beto asase no wo baby anani wo. Baby anehwene wo. Nti omo bekoso anya nkwada. De bia ye no so be block. Ye beto asase no baby enkwa wo nyina. Ye ni nkwa nti ye be pre akohwehwe nkwa e wo nkrofo yi omu ni hwi yi ho. It all comes back to etheric leadership. Nti enye racism nko na ekoso because we who say we lose God. They know that movements reconnect the lost cause of nature in humanity. They know this. That is why they keep moving. Every omuko holiday, omuko vacation. Ya wo wutu kromu e hina wako vacation da. Ukromu so ananka woko. Tete no ye wo kromu a ye bankran yo ba bi e wo bi every year ye beko ye krom. The last time I woko krom how many years ni? Because ya ka to say krom for ya bayifo. These people understand this. Until no mama will leave 1 month or say for movie so you can reconnect because they know that reconnection codes no. Omu nim say woni pada sanimu. Obi kure to kwan I will say one ba wo want to mean your consciousness. You see the level of your thinking. They know that a soul traveling freely can remember. A soul traveling what? Freely can remember. And activate things they don't want to see. Into this is why they give you leave 1 month. So you can travel around to reconnect. What parking or what town are they Jessica? This white, they know this. Into bisa once Africa no mo ba bebre no mo be yeden. Omo nim we nyina, omo kire omo ma we. Today bia Chinese ni ti me ba Cape Coast Castle e be ye rituals wo ho. E ni pesi ho hwe no. Hey! Asama mi ke se wunji ndi ama me ma example bi wo ankasa wo na mo no. Baby wo kwa wundu ko na nya wo se wunim ha. Baby wo kwa wonko ho da wo. Ba wundu kwa you feel so strong this ahadi asama ba ha da wo. Ahadi asama ba ha da. Say before to me to kwan ko baby ya wo wiase a anka reconnecting will be easy for them because that thing is lying inside of you. You just need to move and activate it. Adenti na wo ayigbefu sebe omu nyina wo voter region ha na Turkey eda ho. Eho belongs to them. Go there and see if you can read frequencies. Nobody should tell you that Turkey land now belongs to the Voltarians. You don't read frequencies. Try not to kwan kakrawate. Na ye wu ayen fesike nko. Ye 50 save the whole year. Save be na fe to kwan. Move out of your room. And also so kra so ye liberation. And no crown possible raising frequency. And then back what the musa 2 years. Aden, let's look back at ancient times to our ancient lands of North Africa. Our ancestors who built the pyramids and mapped the stars were not restricted by port, by air, or by ocean. They were not. They were not. They were one people who moved freely across lands, which are now divided by names and secured barriers created not by us. We didn't build any of these borders. I have said this before. We create bridges so we can be each other's keeper and visit our brothers and sisters. We don't create borders. We are not enemies. The lands we are on now as Africans, is it for us or we are just squatters? This is just a question. Why the borders? Why am I having a border between me and my brother? I'm supposed to have a bridge between me and my brother so I can cross whatever it is to go and visit him and I can be his or her keeper. Why the borders? I'm asking African leaders, why the borders? Are we not one people? Are we not supposed to be one people? Why the borders? So, UK, now Scotland, omu na UK, but omu mache, how many borders na who? Aden, all the borders were not created by us. We were used to create it, but we didn't put it there. Our ancient genes were built in Lemuria, in Atlantis, in the Mayan temples and along the Nile. They were walking freely. We were never caged. There was nothing like borders. We were not restricted. Go and check or go and decode the Garden of Eden. Ehi no more restriction. Ehi ne free buy. When you take a Schengen visa, unfa nko baabi ya. Who the ko baabi ya? Arameboa. Enye nne na nsenya na ya no mfoi. Omo yi omo hu film. Schengen visa. It take you to all Europe baabi ya. Adan na ye ntimi nya visa Africa ha de ye be ko baabi ya. Aba. Yan kura de wo de wa ye hote. Enti nka wo hwe ye ho danso. Mobo. Mobo. Na ye nananom mu nim wei. It was one continuous and connected civilization made up of a field of divine consciousness that was spread across the globe with no intimidation to travelers. So what is going on now? What to me to kwan akodu nkrofo e o mama visa wi o. What to them ne send you email say ya revoke visa no. Say papa say mo ni nkomo de ama wi. We are one people. Almost your mother BBC and so ma beboa ye nti ye tena ho kakra ye den. Somebody will sit with the marital issues. Now one embassy. Now we can not show him now who fetch now. Now I buy just like that. I didn't know they are all psychics. Me na make catch ya mattress I obi security or embassy kure mbu ade. Eye ne say jamo heaven. The other day I call like it to be. Me boy embassy need. Me dey own to me for mama so. No catch there. Mama no go back. Go back. Don't bring me bad energy. Today I'm not ready for bad energy. Me sheni din na me hwa maame no kasa atire me bisa me ho so am hu sei. Wa she e che ahemfo che. E na wa so nipa di wachi na wo de this anti wa your hene force. Ada wo your hene asemi. Wo hu ye yankasa. Ye menye easy mayen. Mobile money mo hwe de aye no. Ense ne mba me phone so na me the mobile money ka oka we so openly. Yes, say bibi anti ye ankasa ye my life paper amutu me use wa. Check e kura moje. We I don't know. E na nanu no mutu kwan ko ba bia obi en restrict am. Ade a obehie bia jata bi na obehia. Enso no mo wo ho antidote. So mo hu jata so oba, omo nim de ekwan mo befa so mo be ma na obewe. Eye free will no mo de nante no mutumi hu ahaban ayewe ene ahaban ayendi because omo betwen na aboa na di a na omo ahwe na aboa ni di wie na okono the next day waba oba na obedi a na afọ oye kese a na omo hu se ya adepa na wadi aboa ni bedi sa ahaban no na okono wa mba biom ambedi a na omo hu se wakowu wahu intelligence na omo de nam they walk freely no omo discover so many things titimre yimu tami ewu aye nananom discover enu ani yedim ye de discover hwe tami ewu so aye progress was okoka omusomubuefu emobo. But when the age of separation began, our people were divided into nations. Tower of Babel. Also for we read the Tower of Babel. Now we rejoice. As I say, I do what's not a dominant shave you. Black Rasta say, I'm for being tina bontini and sodomizing, and I'm saying, no, you're too serious. Or I better bring it back old memories into any day. You read Tower of Babel. And how do you, as a pastor, decode that word? And no man kasa omu si dan akosoro akoto boronsamu. Ose omu si dan akosoro akoto nyame. No nyankopon omu kakasa koro. No mo ya ade koro nti na ade no mo ye ne ekoso. E na onyankopon say, omu si dan into the confusing be si omu ntam onyankopon. You were a black man. You read this in church. God have mercy on you. They brought division and divided us into nations. The memory of that free consciousness was buried under religion, under race, under the story of slavery. The day I will get into this topic, this Tower of Babel topic, I'm says I done it. I just a person be begu and be see me so much. You read this in church. And what? The divine mind of the black consciousness, the magnetic self was restricted, scattered, and blocked, even though the earth still remembers. The earth still remembers. So when they blocked us through confusion, and I feel more restricted, and they built borders for us. So we will not move freely to reconnect because the earth remembers. So if you are able to move freely, you are able to reconnect easily. They blocked you, restricted you, and then they gave you chemicals to eat so that even if you get there, there will be no connection. So why are you grounding? But you are grounded till thy kingdom come. Nothing is happening. They blocked us, but the earth still remembers. The land itself holds the blueprint of all divine civilizations. And the moment you begin to move and reconnect with the planet, you start to awaken. And the borders in your mind begin to dissolve. The day we will have etheric leaders, and this happens, I'm telling you, all the borders will be abolished. That day is coming. I might not be alive or alive. Remember this and take this as prophecy. Men are making it. They are intentionally making it hard for a black man to move around. The day the borders in your mind will be dissolved. You realize you are not an immigrant on this earth. Nobody, especially a black man, no black man. I mean, someone who is born with Akabulan spirit is an immigrant. It's a big error. Men kopese dini nton hoso. At the moment, I kopese dini nton hoso kim energies shem. No black man is an immigrant on this earth. You are the soil, the sound, and the seal. That is who you are. We are not immigrants or aliens in other countries. It's a big error. We are the supreme owners of the planet. That is who we are as people, especially Akabulans. When we so be beneath Robro, ni so ye immigrant da. Now mo ba cry so so mo so. But ye dey immigrant, really. Why? If the leaders can put the continent together, what are we going to do there? What is there? We are just building their country for them and they don't even appreciate. From our body, our skin, our everything is just helping them to survive. It's the Bible that brought division. That Tower of Babel code, if you read it in church as a black man, with a beard and hair under your pants. Okay. The Bible has brought so many cankers to us as black people. Or say Garden of Eden pet. And on obo onu nyankopon obo ye. No obo nipa mienu itum no omo ye. And so omo pam obi firi garden ni mo nya ba bi ko ye. Ekonyo oba aware wo ho. Omo pam Adam and Eve na nkasa so firi garden ni mu. Mo nya ba bi ko ye. So say at garden mu na obo ye na ye wiase. Nti na hefa. Why na bo ba bi apam omo na omo ko ye no. You are the working agreement between the spirit and the land. You are the working agreement between the spirit and the land. That's why you carry both. This is your land, and the energy sitting inside of you is the spirit, the light sitting inside of you. No passport can give you access to what already belongs to you. So why all these chaos and brouhaha? Why? But how come we are blind to these and do not feel them at all? Maybe our cells and the entire biology need to reboot. Your behavior, no? As black people, no? I think this is what we have to do. We should start looking into this. Because it doesn't make sense. An African, an immigrant. You need a passport to access what? I don't get it. Now, let's look at biological awakening. I want you to think deep about these things. When people speak of awakening, they think it is always something mystical. Something out there. So they will tell all sorts of things to you. But the awakening is happening inside the cell. It is not just spiritual, it is biological. Bloodline ancestral. The awakening is biological. And until I say, oh, yeah, awakening, I don't understand. Na wo moja na ewo mu no, wo papa moja ne nana moja ne moja anconnect o shine moja. And e connected there. Forget. Awakening, is happening inside yourself because it is biological. Last time, no be a friend me yemu hwehwe no, or say Mami Grace yate so sikani bi, or say or the aduane ba Ghana, no the abeboa or the abeboa Africa, no the abe create yi or be my awo na twitwa so ewo Africa hanom no bro bi owo sika de ade na konta aduane mba no be ma ye bi ni enie na oba no be twitwa ya wo so amaye anya mo na mo ye ho adwuma nkrofo yi omo asase nyina wo di bomu a endu ye die yo omo te ho e ma omo create machines a eye nkwada omo abre weduro se wo asorefo no kra no mo shock me omo nyina kasa de ewe ho ewo bi omo wia no masese niam akọ orphanage such hypocrites onyankopon wanka nkire mu se mo wo na mo hya asase no so ma wanka nkire mu nti mo akasa mo sum nyame nie or say multiply and fill the earth or say go and increase anamboa. Why are you doing family planning as a Christian? Shame. Nti nke kura 70% eye Christians 8 years omo okro mo do 10%. Nti sabe abortions ni sa family planning ni de ka ho no amocho we question mo bia bu ho amo na eye kai. And the person was wondering why someone rich would be worried about contraception and population growth in Africa because of sika. I don't know if you name braha. No, why worried mum say yen ya wo aye wo na hia no. Wankasa. We be kan asase mu we kire wo meye wo de. You have billions of dollars. Why don't you go and chill and forget Africa? Yes, some fa ho bay. Obroni bi ka say yen to me produce toothpaste and toothpaste mpo. Ade to me produce your babies. Is that your concern? Efa wo ho. Na nka me bibini am ti me fie masam fa ho bay. Omo no mo regulate mu bibia ma mo krom ha. Can be some say we squatters or we own our land. It's just a question. I don't know what sika. Na Africa problem. Won't forget na unchilu sika. Our problem, your problem. But I told the person that it is not just about contraception or population growth. It is about preventing biological awakening in a baby before. Asem bi na nka me beka ba mejai empem ho asem. Omo sisi saa ayi we mami twa so. But eya mobo. So frustrating. School bebrebe na moko no de na mu de he na mu di defend omo yin. Anka wo obibini de obroni a wanya usika. Wo de yaso asato aduro bre ye abebo amane se ye yare. Amike enye obi natural paper ne mo omo yi wo habo no mo de bai. October ya abesin omo anka se eye enufu eyi e de ende afi mofre yi ni wo ye wo na eyi. Ye mobo papa. Na minim de enti yetumi be ye mobo sa. So, the rich man is being used by higher archons to make sure this type of awakening does not happen. Oh, black man. At the deeper level, so they will be able to keep the planet under control. Me see, the day Africa will wake up, the day Africa will wake, say cream, the whole triangular na and we have that. We don't need juju. The thing is sitting inside of us. But on my river yesro, I river yase. No movement. You obe priso obe moving no. Aye di omo making bi. O moving no abe snai apampem. En krofo na omo wo ho. So omo be boa na awakening na koso no de. Omo di omo ya atamfo. This is where we are. If you want to talk spirituality, this is what you should think about. Your DNA carries memories of the ancient world and powers that recharge with the nature of the planet. Your DNA carries this. Minuya, your DNA, it carries this as a black man. When the two reconnect, it resets the womb of the planet to reject all non-human energies, and that's it. Say, adie mienu way, etimi, esi we before to say, Kim. Say, the amidi kankan. Sa triangle ni beju eso de ni beju de go de film. E be hwe we say Kim. Africa didn't wash. And that is a threat to all the artificial energies that have hijacked the earth. If there is any battle between devil and God, good and bad, wana, it is between you, a black man, your liberation, and these artificial people. The day Africa will get here, oh, heavens will come down. The Bible is aware of this. So it keeps telling you, the kingdom of God is sitting inside of you. Your liberation is not in any shrine or any church. Your liberation is sitting inside of you. And these entities are aware. We are bad. We are poor. Why are you so worried about us? Why do you care so much about us? So my way. Aden. Ya galam say ni dia wo so wonte ye. Ukuro ma hiafo ni ho. Baby wo wi ase hiafo wo ho chen ho. Why? It's our matter, your matter. The part of us that connects with the organic charging system of the planet is asleep inside of you. And the work of most of these billionaires is to feed us and give us technology that will keep this part of our genes and DNA asleep or possibly eradicate it. This is what we are facing. If there is any prayer, if there is any fasting, if there is anything for a black man to do, this is it. You are the heaven they don't want to come. When they say the kingdom of God is in you, it is indeed in you. Your kingdom of God is in you. Sit there and sleep and be a joker. They will eradicate it. And you will become an empty container. You are grounding. You are there. You are there. Assassina mudi and with this spray and the chemical, you are grounding there. One kasa, what do you eat? What connection do you have? Iron sharpness iron. What ethic do you have within you? Who grounded there? Forget it. Scientists call some of it junk DNA. I have done this whole episode for you. But no part of creation is junk. Do you believe in this? Is there any part of creation that is junk? If there is nothing, no part of creation is junk, then you don't have anything like junk DNA in you because you are the creator. So if the creation doesn't have anything junk, why would you have anything junk in you? But the scientists will call it a junk DNA. The only junk thing is what they produce and bring to us as chemicals. We have nothing to do with junk stuff. We are the real deal. If we should wake up. Those silent codes are sleeping archives awaiting activation. This is what you need as an African. Those silent codes, you just need to activate them. Everything is in you. In fact, you are the source of this world as a black person. The New Age spiritual groups keep reminding us that every time the sun releases a solar flare, every time you hear a certain tone in meditation or dream of your ancestors, those strands begin to stir. Inner stillness, resonance, mental clarity, mental honesty. When these things start to sit in your head, they start to stir it up within you. It happens so because your body responds to frequency. And as important as that fact is, no school you ever attended taught you this. It is Maame Grace that is teaching you this. The day these things happen, me turn to no krasa. Senka ye chrese niyama we will school, we will never get to this level. I am telling you. We will never get here. But then ye chere in school, men ka say school ni yo. Men kai, me baby akọ school, apapa so. Uni mo we hu me bada, we hu say o ma bi. O ma bi o. That is why the world floods you with fluoride, maka, heavy metals, and processed foods to silence that vibration. And also na modo. She, fluoride, me ba kete kra owo school. Ewa America nim say enye no. Me ka fluoride asem kurasi ni woman na oni junkies ni kodi nkonkonsa no. Say, and I say fluoride, enye na from say, hey, are you free if I go to America or UK? Who free now go to UK or? Are they? Hey! You don't know fluoride is not good. It blocks pineal gland. With all the English you are speaking, this woman. So I was not shocked when I realized I was joining junkies for them to gossip. I was not shocked at all. I was like, hey, she doesn't know. Ele. Mini etajemen akemi akati edwemo. Sorry. And they are doing so well in giving us all these things because we love them. So we make their job so easy. We make their job so easy. In fact, when we start my medical podcast, it is coming like a kite. With the doctors, we will talk more about these chemicals and what they do to the body's frequency in terms of your health and well-being. I have told you, a podcast, new show is coming. New show is coming. And you, we have it. Because once you are working at the cellular level, you are no longer governable or controllable. At the moment you wake from these things, oh my God, the system breaks. Bra. Obi the body eti. Any your friend is saying, bidi eti ni sisi siya o you kurasi ni o ye hieni. Ye say ye do pochino pone be kuye na eno na tire say ye skafo. You don't want to walk. The biya wu bolekem, you don't want to walk. Oh nante, who show off car. Man, you are doing some American, minika, and Tina America. Oh, yale. You don't want to walk. Oh, your housewife. You won't walk. What's what touchy? Now, we did ya na house help. Rich chicken new way. Rich chicken breast. Koto steak. Now, we fin and quino. Okay, some time ago. The same body a ye. And quino mo ya to chat. Abuani yemu esradia no de daso. Then I'm going to tie so. Sangwai go so. You be beef. Hey! When you wake to that level, oh, already, I know your time go. Because the overcome is not for the weak minds. Then you move town to so wake up to this level there. Hey! You stop being black or white or brown. You remember you are a light being that has disconnected from your original form. Medical catcher, and you'll be on your tuntumbia or your African or your Kabulan. There be no futa. TNA. Almost system almost set up. So we wake it to this level. I feel you look into the spirit, the light. You don't look into the container. We look into the container and say, where Africa, where you saying you'll be deceived. Because we have goons among us. We have Africans who are just containers. The spirit is not in them. That is why they don't care about the land. So when they become leaders, we are doomed. When you get to this level, then you will be disconnected from your original form. I feel now we share light, and our spirit, This is the joy of life. When you get to that point, I feel impactation. You want to impact into people's life with lots of love and joy. You want to impact into people's lives with love. So you become a living archive, a moving temple. And that is what they fear. Time. When you get here, a generation that cannot be controlled by laws, color, or fear. Hey! The day Africa will get here, oh! Now you do your name. Teach your children this. Make sure your children are at this level. Especially those living out there with black children. Teach them this. The bully, the fear, what the children are going through. Teach them this so they can be on their feet and defend themselves. Now, let's look at gridlock. Have you wondered why prisons are sometimes built in thick forests and sometimes on island in many Western countries? So we will be, I say, baby, according to my, maybe we Sheshe. Adentina ya prisons, particular places are almost see. Adentina, uche castles na, baby be trading with slaves, was some vital point places are almost see, fort no, and then I know moshe. Maybe Sagan and penny for titini a himful. Some more ton assassin am strangers na, and then I am more checky and some more ton. Because I want to assassin more be. No to assassin wie. Na se gold o diamond so if you were more dia. He who owns a land owns a property on it. Nti me be some penny for so mo ton assassin na e den na ye omoshe. I was also thinking about this. Yes. You see, when I speak of control, I do not only mean politics. No. Every prison on earth is built on a sacred space, which is usually a powerful point of energy beneath the earth's skin. Your ancestors will never sell a land to anybody. Nti asase ne yenton opa kobi so hini bia ote akonwa ye ne dia so asase yenton. There are powerful energies omote asase no skin ase aha na me ka kire mu se dia mo de aye mma no omo be poison mu da na am kam kire so we pollute asase na you are finished. Asase ki yenton. And you will know and feel this if you have a bit of spiritual gift and go near such places. You will know who will be out spiritual. Me person make more into when say there is a saying say wo koda prison ya want to be president adentia anomo boa maka so da wo platform we so say me mfo bi en to prison da manka se prison ho nyu ba me nti am ka sa se obi koda prison ba sebe ono ani family members po no mo person omo be get close to nipa no. But we share Bible mu a Joseph ne wan all great men no ye di prison edi omo ho agro. Unim ni enti a politically wan hwa wo ye pe ye beche wato. There are people omo so asua de we ehu nti omo mfa omo kuro mu for into prison. In fact, let me get into this. But me be say prison asem. Do you know why obi betimi akọ prison obeba obesa akobiom obeba obesa akobiom obeba obesa akobi so ba na the family are rejecting ye de obi koto obi nkoyo cha no bla bla unim de enti. Do you know why? Yen hwe me kai se first na me wa sorry no na me de our daily manner e de call in some prison all the time na the oshe ho no ye friend no elder tete no ye Pentecost so for minim so that so ho dia I have stopped for a very long time. Ye de niam akọ that time no na se ukọ ho na ukowura ho a na ye de bi ko Jamestown, ye de bi ko Akuse aye adwuma ma Jesus o aye adwuma ma Jesus basa na me koso a me hu ade me kai pa na bi wo ha ye ko a uko Israel edio uko Israel tomb of Christ na wo ho tu ba ko wo ba bi foforo na ba ko so wo Joseph Arimatheus ne fam nti ye ko wa na bishop we mi ntumi mo bo di no mu afre mi say Maame Grace be ka kire ye wo hwe ha na frequency na hwe ha no ma de ehi papa na omu sie no ende de ma beda na omu nyina omu atamfo enye izo se wonima wo be hu de enti a ye de nipa kase nyina obi betimi alio e de wakoto prison sisi a wonim de enti. That is why slave dungeons are built in powerful gateways for sea energies. Se wontini ama bebrase a wonye this nkrofo we me say a spirituality no mo be practicing in total no mo de bre yase ti sa de na ukitamu wo ho no say ye wo nananom no forget it. Nananom doesn't know that. They trap human beings in cages not only to punish but to disrupt the planetary charging energies. When they say prison, this is it. That's why I said I am not going to put anybody there. Mami explaining way ye ma. Be careful what you do so they don't place you in a particular point. Be careful what you do so you don't put yourself in certain situations that will place you at a place called prison. Because in social war, prison is for everybody. But because it's baby. Let me explain this. If you joke and you are a great person, somebody will let them throw you there. Yen feni pe nko because of boni keke. Mo bi anje madwene nsi manu nsi boni se me se mbra anya adwuma. I'm not talking law. I am talking frequency. So understand. Because medical catch say frequency ne manage assassin. And a law so ne govern assassin. So don't get confused. They will throw you into prison just to finish you. So first, they make it practically impossible for you to travel to connect with these places. For the memory need reconnection. And the ones that they can, they set up trauma centers to lock the energies inside the earth. Now omo frɛ wo immigrant. Na omo ebi kura ka omo tumi ka say illegal immigrant. Na why untumi mba efie na waka ho ɛhɔ so a why restricted untumi move around that. We are one of those. They have locked you. Because what one crofo kra mo paper, wo kra na akọ na abefa wo nua no nyina akọ obi a paper ye wo de anye yi. And then mama mystery no. We don't check our energies. Tie, wo maame na wa 20. Mu nyina mo ye mo maame mba honamani. But remember Rain said this portal is for every spirit that wants to experience physicality. And to maame mba ne betumi aye 20, obi a spirit different, just the body. And I'm mo maame mba. Enti anka se me nua koye, e na obefa me koye, enye obi a na wakọ abrochira ye. Check your energy and know where you belong. This is the kind of spirituality you should chase. This is the kind of spirituality we should preach as Africans. So we can unlock our energies inside of us and reconnect with the earth. About this now, we are able to wake that sleeping power in us. The pain, the grief, the fear, these are low vibrations that weakens the land's memory field. The builders, the visionaries, the caring souls, fathers, mothers, thieves, murderers, innocent people, etc. When they are detained, the land grows silent. This is why some countries, me pese me bobodi, omo ehu nyansa, inti se omo nkro for notorious people no, omo chi omo a. Omo for omo nkotumo, ekuro ma ye chi obi 18 years, ni ejelin 25 years okra odem. We need to get that vibration that manages this. So being a dear some to so the mama obi and doing say me cast a law in. I've told you, law governs the land. I am talking about frequency that manages the land. So I'm talking about management. Countries in Libya are so smart. Into omo di obi kotum 25 years no more bofuto, no more throw naba. Aha. Now abeye adwuma it is alleged. Femi ni answer. Now omo de naba ha no ye adwuma tete. So when on fa ne nkoto baabi on pese kuro na sase ne beka na no atum. Cause asase ne kana no tum a enipa na atim ne bre. Se wo ye papa, se wo ye bone, enkoka so obi to prison pe o. E beka asase na no atum ama obi abre. Nti anyansafo no de omo aye nie. Se obi no de atam to so se de wo de nipa ne kotum pe a asase no pa waka na no atum. The planet energy space gets choked. It's shut down. This is what happened to the earth. Annie, this is why you don't have to be static. You move naturally as a person. When you get static, static. And that shutdown serves the agenda of higher rulers in high places who use presidents, rich people, and billionaires as puppets to make sure we don't move easily to awaken. This is it. Njobia owo sika bia me amtie ombre mi bi do ode ko prison. Adendia. Me nka say ma prison for aduane ndio aban hwe omso. Why do we spend so much on prisoners if they don't serve any purpose? Why? Ekrom wa ye ni prison farms so. Ye ni prison farms e fidi omu. Ye ni ye tax ni ye di show. Obi a wonya 15 years. Ye di na akoto to mu 25 years. Ye ni e be fidi ni sa. Anio. Pa mucho prison pa senkrofo kwa ha. Omu ko change and omu ko ye worse. I just want to know if you can educate us. Sebi unu obi a wonya asem bi na wakọ apie na obetumi abetirichiri mu akere yenya. Na nka ye hu ni ewum. All this education we don't give to the public. Why do you think areas of high imprisonment often sit over zones rich in minerals, oil, or gold? I didn't think that baby oil musi prisons no. Mo check it. How I wish I can expose this. Go deeper inside, but yeah, we need to protect the platform somehow so I can talk to you. And you, what do you know about places now? Prisons in the city of Ghana. No? What do you know about those lands? Who history be able to me their mind? So about Revelations platform, so you open 0244860092. You mean say be one somewhere, a be wo Jamestown ha, a be so wa akuse. Meaning say be wo and somewhere ebi wo Jamestown, ebi wo Akuse, nkwala ne de no wo Swedru, minim se bi abeka ho de a. In Dubai, a small thing na obeye no, you are sentenced to life. Opa mun bisa ye man boys na wo ni bi. Their prisons and job farms speaks of high and low vibrations. Why do you think so? Pacho mbisa. Why do you think so? Because human despair weakens the energy needed to protect those natural resources. Inti ye di si adea no. Me se entra, me ma bibi emfa wonko. Wate? To bo na ye adwumade. Nsoshe wo ho. Nsoshe wo ho, ebinum ye mmurunsamfo. Omo de asembe ba beto na de wakọ. Me meti we. Me si niam obi aye me nye bi da because me mitiri nye. Inti na me ye niam a me ye ne boko. Because obi ade obeya ye nche no. Ye nya ne hwe me ye e beche me. Because niam me soso. Inti me niam bi wo wa me involve me ho. Inti enye niam bi sua wo ho, ne hu ho. Ne hu nia obeye ne nia wo nye. So that at least in such a way we are able to protect wo kakra. You see, this world is not only governed by laws, it is managed by frequencies. I have said this multiple times. A country that have leaders can never manage nothing. Our brothers and sisters travel and seek asylum. Some are detained, some are restricted. Why? So what types of prison? Because every detainment, every refugee camp, every jail is an interference field designed to pause awakening. Abusia, say yensuyesia say niyama weni yehuni yebe yehu. How do you awaken in a restricted zone? How? You travel to Europe. Instead of reconnecting with your high energy point and rivers, you went to seek asylum and now you are locked in a room. Okay. Jamaica. Some are detained. Your awakening is cancelled. If you want to go and sit or stay in Abuja, take your time and go in a proper manner. So, be honest. What are you going through there? Sometimes, bibi pan ede wakoka wanka umefi. Se you be a what's our spirit ya me born in you you can't go through any of this and survive. We take a lot of things for granted and this is one of them. If you listen BBA and fire, should I go deeper on this platform? No, platform no. I'm not telling you your pain. No, draw attention SCBB so. There are people now. Their awakening sits in reconnecting with a particular natural landscape in the country they are in now. The one crofobia or awakening city, a particular landscape. And the deeper reason why their souls found them to travel to these countries is not to go for a green card or nkrata to work as health workers or career, but just to change up a natural energy that has been waiting for you for millions of years. Inti akwanto na yetu no mama ye ni free niama ni bi so ebi wo why you just went there say won fa won ko step at a particular place just to reconnect cause nkrofo no mu ni asase wo ba bia nti ye immigrant wa ba bia ye de ya nti nki ye ko ba bia na ya ko reconnect. If you don't prioritize your spirituality, you will die and they will bury you there. Nti e kwan na mo tu nenye sika pe o enye Ghana dan ne pe me pa wo chow. How I wish say ke be pointy places am ebi no cause me ne ebi no akoba ebi enye izo afa ujira ho na immigration officer no obebi sa nsemfo wo ma hye wani mu nso. Are you Maame Grace? I'm not Maame Grace, me o Maame no papa ne nani ma asemeko e am akai me so me bag me hey Abusia, asama mini uke won. What word say popo? Let's continue this next week. I had intended. This is an important message for my pearls on a portal journey. Bia mututu kwan ko bia yeni ama mienu. Either you locked up or you reconnect. Which one are you doing now? And then pa na o prioritize e wo wabra bom wo ba bia wetu kwan akon. By the end of this editorial, we will see if we can identify one powerful natural element and scan who can join to go and just visit and recharge the Earth's grid for the future of our existence. I have so much I want to do. But me ana me ye madie. Ena me so me mpe niama fon ni niama nketenketen. Me ya awa wani tua. Ai drama. Bibia top notch. Nti me to me bo. Ena mo ye mo amubisa osun you know, ese me mamo message na city in your system. Ti ye na connect it. This is what we do. We do it and do it right. If it must be done, it must be done well. We must save ourselves. No savior is coming for nobody. We are own saviors. Yani ya ajefo ma ye ho. Obi eni baby tin a oba. Na busia me kwei. Na me ja wo hei, me pa chow. Me properties ni miniama no, me hu se afedie nkrofo aye eto. Me mpese me de me business be ba be mix spirituality no. We de me say ye odo no ye de ye ne ye gi odo. Me business ni de ye sikasem. Me sisutu ne kan o se me expose bibia me ye. Na obi enya advantage opportunity no on purchase bi. Adwuma enya 30 years. Me ma wo mfa one day embe ye wahu me kan asem wahu odo e wo manim. Wahu siri e wo manim. Ani gie nko na me de ye. Na bi amadu impact nko na me ye with love mpacho me man blood pressure. Nti ye bi platform ama business no GPAC. Wa wo hwe we na Facebook profile na ye bi dadada obehu wo ho. GPAC group of companies. I happen to be the CEO. Anio. Nti ye bi amamo car so efio Airbnb from 5 bedrooms to 2 bedrooms to what studio apartment na e be load wo ho. Amamo. A few people na mobile office no so someone who office. Man fasa wo a diner wo beton me fa mba consultation grounds or more hospitality no mo ye no. E ho nya me business. Business no so enye online. A seated business, 30-year-old business. Or office. Inti me bra na me show office na me sanfa wo nko site. What you say? Aha. Me show hwe paper bia. Me see you visit the more visit the office, some office papa ani. Inti na wa ba ho. Emfa asema bi ke ma me bumfu na me be mani. Won say me ka sere na wo mani modo. Emfa wa utwatese ne mba me business lines. Na mba ma mani mu ye ya na odo amede ya ade no. Emfiri me mu. Omo wo Dubai, any Arab countries in mpacho man can't just some affordable houses. Mahamo di tax on farm me say ya implemented studio apartment. And I implemented single bedroom self-contained so apartment. And a 2 bedrooms, 24-month payment. And you sale and your rent. And it's a way you're interested. It will be more budget ground floor. Nina. Hey, namusa anamute. If you have a 2 bedroom ground floor, no, I'm a 5 or 6. I'm happy you people are patronizing that office. I am so happy. Me da nipa mienu so more encouraging me say me ma opportunity fan to platform so na nkrofo hia na omo beto bi no. Me da omo ase. Nkrofo na omo wo Dubai ne yi no. Omo aye be 12 nti ma yes me twa ticket na me am the forms na brem wo. Though they do online, but I want to sit with you so that we be comfortable because e bi ebu e bi ache. Ti me am ba ho any forms no. Na mo afele ne kama. Ubetumi aye online, but I will meet you guys. Dubai for no ne Qatar for no. I will meet you very soon. And first so offer office ho ampa acho. Me nsi ho, me wo workers. Nti me ni wo behia. When you are about wakoshe site apiki dia wo pa wie na me ni wa behia na se obi you know terms no mo dia ma wo no pe favor bi wo mu ni ade a na me ni wa ye den na me ni wo aye onipa ba akopɛ na omo aka kire me say wa frɛ office wo a me ka say ono me na me be taking to site me ye free omo frɛ na ye ambitious afia obi a waka bia wo frɛ hɔ a enye me na me de obekɔ I have workers a omo de obeye sa ade no but wo be office hɔ no mo na wa be ye wo bia na omo wie a omo de wakɔ site wo choose wie na wo betɔ a na mebam mo nso so a mo dan no nkrofo si ya omo asɛ na mo de ama no pacho enye gidigidi adepa ye mfa ntumirika wo beto obo na workers akohwe na mo aye estimate amount wo betimi a na ya ama kama we mpacho enye charts nti enye gbonshan eye paperwork ani o na make 30 years mi nya asem da ti me mpese obi abebre masem because of social media membe ma me wrinkles Mami with grace. Then I say me why ofe. Ani o makosa na say why efe. Tina me why efe. Ani enfa pressure amba me so. I'm ready to do this now. Me the joy, any happiness me can ube hu wo manim. Enti me ma me bunfu. Enti wo business a ofre office line na omo ama business office line no wakasa eye boko makram.